Hello, this is Scott Hansen with the Dell Enterprise Technology Center. Today we will demonstrate the Dell PowerVault MD3200i, some of its new features, and we will then connect a LUN to VMware ESX4. The new Enterprise Management window of the PowerVault MD3200i allows us to monitor and manage multiple arrays. We simply select Add New Storage Array, and we can add the out-of-band management ports for existing or new 3200Is. The new interface also allows right-clicking to get access to many of the features. So here we'll simply right-click and say Manage Storage Array. This will bring up the 3200i Modular Disk Storage Manager. We start at the summary screen where we can see the status of the array, the capacity, the current disk groups and virtual disks, and we have a quick view at a glance of how our storage array looks. We also have the tabs for the summary, logical, physical, setup, and support. One of the new features in the 3200i is the physical view interface. So looking here, we can see a representation of the front and rear of the array, and again we can right click on each component. We can also show individual physical disks. If we had multiple disks of multiple speeds or multiple capacities, simply by clicking we can see which disk is where. This would help when you have multiple enclosures connected. We can also change the enclosure order in the view, so if we had multiple enclosures, this could match our physical view in the rack. So again, everything would make sense. So simply by clicking on individual item, we can get the properties, all the properties of that individual component. Some of the things in the new array management, many things that used to be command line only are now exposed through the GUI. So if we right click on an existing LUN that we have and we want to change the cache settings, all of the cache settings are available to change. We can also do things like change the segment size if our application demanded a different stripe size, and again these were things that previously were only available in the command line but now are exposed through the GUI. So again, looking back at our physical view, we can simply right click and create a new virtual disk. So this will tell us that we need to create a disk group first, and we'll say OK. So we have a wizard that will drive us through the creation of the group. Simply select Next. We'll give this a disk group name, and we will manually select the disks. So we'll select RAID 5. You see it starts with the first disk that we selected, and now we can simply shift or control select the additional disks that we want to add to the group. So we will add 5 disks. We'll calculate the capacity. It'll show us the capacity of this RAID 5 group. We'll select Finish. See that it was successfully created. It will now have us create a virtual disk in this disk group. So we have the option to choose the different units, give it a name. We'll call this one VMs, and then we can select the entire capacity or part or partial, and leave free capacity for creation of LUNs at a later time. So we can customize the settings. We'll see what that screen looks like. That will allow us to change virtual disk I/O characteristics for the particular type of I/O that's going to this LUN. We can choose the segment size here, and we can also change the RAID controller module ownership if we wanted to spread the LUNs across multiple controllers to balance the array. So we've successfully created that virtual disk, and now it tells us that we have to map that LUN to one of the groups, which we will do in a moment. So if we go back to the summary screen, we can see that we now have 2 disk groups, 2 virtual disks where we had 1 before, and again this shows us our available and configured capacity. We still have some available capacity on this array. One of the other features that's been exposed is the performance. So again, which one feature which was only available at the command line is now available in the GUI, so we can monitor the performance in real time, and we can also save this off to view at a later time. So now if we go and map the LUN which we created, so it is in undefined mappings, there's our VM LUN. We want to map this to the host group double take, which consists of multiple servers that are on with ESX. So we'll map that to the double take group, and we'll simply say add and close. And now this is part of the host group double take, which has a single host in it currently, and it has an existing LUN that we had before, the little LUN, and now we have the VM's LUN. So now let's go ahead and go into Virtual Center, and we will format this VM. One more quick thing, some other new features that were added under the Advanced tab. Many of the maintenance, troubleshooting, and recovery items that were again only available in the command line are now available through the GUI. So let's go ahead and go into Virtual Center. We see that we have the R910.techcenter.com ESX host that we just mapped this iSCSI LUN to. We'll go into configuration. We have already enabled our iSCSI adapter since we had an existing LUN, the little LUN. So we'll simply rescan, select OK, and in a few moments we'll see a second LUN. So this is the LUN that we just created through the MD3200i configuration interface. So we simply go into storage, add storage, disk LUN, next. We'll see this 1.82 terabyte capacity that we previously configured. And now we will simply format this to be used by VMware ESX4. So we'll select next, give it a data store name, select a block size, select next, finish, and now we have a new storage LUN for use with ESX. If you have further questions, please visit us at delltechcenter.com. Thank you.